This is it. Okay, so we're starting now. Market analysis and tools. Yeah, I said tools because each of these analysis has their own tools that you can use. So basically, there are three different basic market analysis. Like what's meaning of analysis? How you analyze, how you break things down. So the way you break things that like if you want to do a business now, for instance, you would have to do some things. If you want to start a business, there are some things that you would do. Maybe like do some research, understand the environment and all those things. In the real physical business world, you would have to do. You can't just have a business idea and jump into the business. You would have to do some things. You have a business plan and all those stuff. So in trading also, it applies. We have some stuff that we do. We don't just use our as strictly so to say, or do anyhow, or do any, if you do anyhow, you see anyhow. So there are steps that we take in trading. There are things that we do now, and it's called analysis. So basically, there are three basic types of market analysis, and the first is the fundamental analysis. The first is the fundamental analysis. We have the sentimental analysis and the technical analysis. So in what's this called, presentation, this something, yeah, I already have it here. Fundamental analysis is a way of looking at the forex market or the general market, so to say, by analyzing economic, social, and political forces that may affect currency prices. It involves poring over economic data reports and news headlines like tweets, news, posts, things that may affect what you want to trade. And one of the tools that we use to do fundamental analysis, there's a site, for instance, okay, it's even here already. One of the tools that you use for fundamental analysis is Forex Factory. And on Forex Factory, you can check it right away, forexfactory.com. I'm going to show us when we are done. On forexfactory.com, you have updates on news daily, almost every day, like updates on news, the things that are going to happen in the in for currencies. Right, Forex Factory is mostly for currencies, so you see it there. I don't want to switch this device and go there, but when I'm done with this part, you're going to go to the Forex Factory. You guys can just do that. Another one is Finviz. I use Finviz to check the volume of each currencies or the strength. I can use it to check the strength and then the volume of each currency so that I will understand what I want to trade, because there are some days where if you do your charting and all those things, it can be right, but then because that currency doesn't have the volume, so to say, at that time, your analysis may not go as predicted. Or let's even say that the analysis is right, your charting is right, so to say, and then the currency you want to trade, let's say, for instance, USD JPY, you want to trade USD JPY, and then all of a sudden, the president of US is speaking, Joe Biden is speaking at that particular point, because he's an influential person in the country, the president is going to have an effect on that currency. So those things that happen that may look like that would have impact on the currency of the country, that what is called fundamental analysis. So your job as a trader, whether you're trading forex, also in crypto, it happens. Your job as a trader is for you to understand how this news can affect what you want to trade at each particular time, right? So let's say another thing in the crypto space now. There was a time, I think, was it last week? I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mixing that up, that Elon Musk made a tweet. I know he didn't make it, not a tweet. He changed the what's it called? The header of He changed the logo. My God, he changed the logo of Twitter to the logo of Dogecoin. And at that point, because he's an influential person, the popular person, and Dogecoin is a crypto, right? And the people that saw that felt like, oh, this is going to make sense for Dogecoin. What happened was that it flew up. The price went up automatically at that point. So if, for instance, the kind of trader that you have the technical part, you understand charting and all that, and you were ready to trade it or to buy into it, to invest into it, and then you see somebody like Elon Musk tweet and do that kind of stuff, because it's the CEO of Twitter, and then they change the logo of Twitter to the picture of Doge. What's going to happen? You can say, yes, I have a feeling that this will go, and you match this one, and this one, and this, and it gives you confidence, and you buy into it, and then automatically you make profit. So that's one of the ways that news or events or activities can happen to a currency to influence your currency. So it's very, very important as a trader to know fundamental analysis. And that's why I explain the tools that easily accessible to you. I know there are some events that you can't see, that you don't know, but at least to the best of your knowledge, the ones that you can see, using, especially as a forex trader, using Forex Factory, you see the news, they're in folders. Each currency, they'll tell you, you see that AUD is going to have news at this particular time. Trust me, if it's an impact, if it's a news that's going to have impact, maybe like a red folder, you are going to see the candles or the market do jim at that particular time. So that is fundamental analysis. So the second one should be okay. The second one is technical analysis. Technical analysis is the framework in which traders study price movement. Technical analysis is there are some people that don't let me get to that part yet. Okay, so is the framework in which traders study price movement, how price is moving, understanding support and resistance, understanding price action, understanding supply and demand, using indicators and all those things. That is the concept of technical analysis. Using data, using charts, in all those stuff. Technical analysis. And the most common tool that is used for technical analysis is TradingView. So TradingView is what is available, and is at least for the basic part, is free for almost everybody. You can just get on TradingView, you understand, start marking up your charts, go to your peers, or you go to your peers that you want to trade, start marking up, doing your support and resistance on it. So those stuff that you do on your charting and understanding the price movement and trying to make sense of it through your analysis, like that is what technical analysis is about. And so this part you guys can just read it for yourself and understand if you are looking at it. So that, and then the last one is the sentimental analysis. It defines how investors feel to buy a particular market or financial instrument. This one is just, some people don't usually like to add it to part of analysis, but I believe that is something that is it's also important. I believe it's also part of analysis, because there are sometimes, like the example of that Doge that I mentioned now. So let's say that you already did your technical analysis, and then your technical analysis is saying that Doge is going to buy at that particular time. Yeah, that looks like a good place to buy. And then you see somebody like Elon Musk make I can now say, I think I'm not going to add my own sentiment to it. Like, I feel like this should go well. At that point, yeah, you still have those things that would those things that are accurate, more accurate stuff. You have more accurate data. You have a technical analysis accurate. You have a fundamental accurate. So you can now say, okay, let me add my feelings to it. Like, I feel like this makes sense. But the whole idea is that For the only idea of sentimental analysis is just you like following your feelings, so to say, or you thinking or projecting in your mind or saying that I think this will go well. But even sentiment, the reason why sentimental, I don't think that sentimental analysis is staying on its own is because you may still be influenced by some factors. Because even if you don't do some technical analysis, you don't understand what technical analysis, or maybe you don't do it like that. If you are hearing something about a country that is, it sounds negative, right? Like this country is having war back to back, or they're having something, it sounds like they are going to invade them or whatever. So, and you can just like, I feel like this is going to have a bad impact for their currency. And then what does that mean? I'll sell it. If something is going to have a bad impact on currency, I'm going to sell it. So I'm just feeling like, yeah. So you can go with your, but still you are going with your feelings, but you're still influenced by news and by events that are happening. So now, when you now merge these three, as a trader, you can merge the most important. I don't want to say the most important, but it's important to be able to merge the three. So I'm not going to say one is more important or not important, because even if you're a technical trader and you're not putting in, you're a technical trader, you are very good as a technical trader. You're the best of the, you're the best of the best, and you're not factoring events. You don't know that there's going to be interest rate news. FOMC member is going to speak. Powell is going to do this and all that. If you don't know that, and then you're going into your trade just blindly with your technical analysis, you can get caught up in the news. So that's why I say I'm going to say that it's important as a trader to combine it. And I personally, I combine the three. I make sure that whenever I want to trade, I look at, I mean, it's like your business every day. You should be able to, or you should be opening Forex Factory every day as a Forex trader, because it's available and free for accessible to everybody. Open Forex Factory, look at what is happening in the news, so you'll be prepared. If a currency you're going to trade is going to be in the news, then okay, yeah, you gotta be careful. And even if it's not going to be in the news, USD is one currency that is powerful. That even if you're not trading it, you have to be careful, because it's going to have impact all around in the market. So technical analysis, very important. Sentimental analysis, also cool. And then your fundamentals, very, 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 very important. So these are the three market types. And okay, this one was for the other presentation. So the other component of market analysis that you also need to know is your market structure. And we did that yesterday. Moving average, demand and supply, trend line, support, resistance, market phases. Basically some things that are components of technical analysis. So these are the stuff that are part of your market analysis as well. So I'm going to share, let's go to Forex Factory. Yeah, I think we can go to Forex Factory, and I'll use that I'll do Forex Factory and Firebase. I'm going to stop. Okay, let me stop sharing for now. Stop sharing, stop recording.